In the shadows of the factories, where the machines hum loud and clear, there's a worker broken, battered, with a story full of fear. Denied by the gatekeepers, who should heal and not betray. In a system built to crush us, but we cry out every day. Oh, silent cries, can you hear us? In this land of broken dreams, silent cries, please don't leave us, drowning in these endless gates. Promises were made to protect us, but those words have turned to dust. As we fight through pain and hardship, in a world so cold and just, the doctors hold the gallows, not the tools to mend our pain. And the streets they call us softly, with a poison in their vein. Silent cries, can you hear us? In this land of broken dreams, silent cries, please don't leave us, drowning in these endless schemes. We're left to wander, lost and weary, in this maze of red and gray, while the ones who claim to help us turn their heads and look away. All the unions and the leaders, in the silence they conspire, as we burn in this injustice, fueled by an unending fire. We once believed in justice, in a fair and honest fight, but the system's gears are grinding, turning day into the night. We reach out for compassion, but the hands they pull away, and our voices echo softly as our strength begins to sway. Those silent cries, can you hear us? In this land of broken dreams, silent cries, please don't leave us, drowning in these endless schemes. To the silent and the distant, we implore you to take a stand. For the workers who are falling, we need a helping hand. In the echoes of our sorrows, let our voices rise and swell, until justice lights the darkness, and we break this binding spell. Oh, silent cries, can you hear us?
An arm should not be worth $35,000 in one state, while in another state, a worker gets $750,000 for the same on-the-job injury. That is not equal in a nation that prides itself on equality. Historically, workers' compensation was established as a compromise. Workers gave up the right to sue their employers in exchange for guaranteed compensation for work-related injuries. However, recent decades have seen a race to the bottom as states cut benefits to reduce costs and attract businesses. Employers and insurers prioritize reducing payouts over supporting workers' recovery. This shift has led to significant declines in benefits and increased difficulty for workers to obtain adequate legal representation due to low payouts. The SSDI system mirrors these issues with high denial rates and lengthy appeals processes, causing severe financial distress and pushing many to turn to dangerous alternatives like street drugs for pain management. The VA system, while aimed at supporting veterans, often mirrors these issues. Long waiting times and bureaucratic hurdles make it difficult for veterans to receive timely and adequate care. One major consequence of reduced workers' comp benefits is the shifting of costs to other social safety nets like Social Security, disability insurance, and Medicare. Instead of employers and their insurers bearing the costs of work-related injuries, the burden falls on federal programs and taxpayers. This shift not only undermines the purpose of workers' compensation, but also strains federal resources. Doctors and vocational services often act as gatekeepers, seeking reasons to deny claims rather than to support recovery. This adversarial approach can lead to inadequate medical treatment and prolonged disability. Additionally, legal barriers and low compensation rates discourage many workers from pursuing their claims, leaving them without the support they need. The human cost of this systemic neglect is immense. Injured workers often face prolonged pain and suffering without proper medical or financial support. Many turn to illicit drugs like fentanyl for pain relief, contributing to the opioid crisis. The psychological toll of fighting a faceless bureaucracy, coupled with financial instability, leads to increased rates of depression, anxiety, and suicide among injured workers. Advocates argue that instead of focusing on denying claims, the system should prioritize rehabilitation and return-to-work programs. This shift would not only be more humane, but also more cost-effective in the long run, reducing the burden on federal programs and improving overall public health outcomes. In conclusion, the systemic failures of America's workers' compensation, SSDI, and VA systems represent a class war against injured workers, prioritizing profits and cost savings over human well-being. Comprehensive reform, focusing on support rather than denial, is urgently needed to address these deep-rooted issues. However, it's important to acknowledge that many of these workers, after years of relentless appeals, do eventually prevail. They manage to uncover the truth and expose the facts that others were hiding. Yet, despite their victories, the doctors involved are rarely held accountable. Protected by state laws in the VA, SSDI, and state and federal workers' compensation systems, these doctors enjoy immunity. No one is policing them as they are often used as tools in the war against labor. This systemic failure calls for greater oversight and accountability to ensure that justice is not just a distant dream, but a reachable reality for all injured workers. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of critical issues. Private equity firms invest in the Dr. No and Dr. Yes mill, in a system where our HMO doctors should help us, not deny us out the gate. We have folks profiting off wrongful denials. The insurance cost containment industry has run amok. These private equity firms are turning what should be a healthcare system focused on patient well-being into a profit-driven machine. Their investments are not aimed at enhancing care but at maximizing returns, often at the expense of the injured and vulnerable. The result is a system where denials are incentivized, and those who need medical care the most are left fighting an uphill battle. The insurance cost containment industry, fueled by these investments, prioritizes financial gain over human health. This has led to a culture of systematic denials and minimized payouts, pushing injured workers further into despair. The very system meant to protect them has become another obstacle to overcome. It's crucial to shine a light on these practices and demand accountability. Only then can we hope to dismantle this profit-centric approach and rebuild a system that genuinely cares for its people. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of critical issues.